ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogd, and we are ready for some more North American Dota 2 action. Do apologize for the wait, of course, as we did mention, we did have to wait for the teams because that first series was very, very quick. So we did our best to hurry them up, get them into the lobby, and we do have all 10 players in there now, so we should be able to start very, very soon. But thank you very much for holding on. We've got a good series indeed coming up.
Yeah, this one I think should be much better than the last one. I think the last one we all were kind of expecting to be a little bit of a wash. I think the second game though, Ike's Mike played great. He was involved in like all of his team's kills, did his best. But yeah, this one, I think we've got more coordinated teams. Iceberg's been together a bit longer, while on the side of VGJ.Storm, this is their first official day actually with this tag. With the tag, yeah. Because they were IDFC before that, and they've actually played like 14 or 15 games, and they're feeling very confident, as most teams do. I was messaging a couple of the players. Of course, they've got MSS and Snaking, former teammates of mine, so I was chatting with them a bit. They feel very confident going in this one. They said they've, I think the last 2 times they were saying that they met up versus Iceberg, they had won, even though according to the stats, that's not true, because I was looking and they actually lost the last series and then they won before that one. But either way, we'll see what they can actually do versus this, and we'll see what heroes they can do, because like we said, the NA drafts, it's a little bit different. They prioritize IO a lot higher. IO Beastmaster, Coddle, and then other than that, it is mostly similar to the other regions we've seen. Maybe throw in like a Visage or some stuff like later on, but not in the first opening. Yeah, so worth knowing, of course, who is on both of these teams, just in case you weren't too aware.
VGJ.Storm now is MSS, SVG, Snaking, Yawar, and Tomato.
Our boy Tomato.
Tomato.
We do have him, yeah.
We've got him back. And over on Iceberg,
you guys know Iceberg. Come on.
Do they?
They know Iceberg.
I guess they do.
Just in case you know.
It's Kitrack, Ritsu, Moon Meander, Owie, and Bryle.
Bryle, the up-and-coming star.
How old's Bryle?
Lane. He's a young guy.
Young guy?
He is one of those. I think him and Gunner. In case people don't know, him and Gunner were the 2 up-and-coming NA mid players that everybody was kind of talking about. I think Bryle just slightly pushed it ahead a bit more, and people were looking at him as a bit stronger mid, and that's why we do see him playing for Iceberg with a TI winner. There's one TI winner in this game, and it's Owie.
Owie 2000.
We have a few major time winner though, of course, with Moon Meander on the same team.
We do.
But yeah, this is going to be fun.
And TI second placer. So yeah.
And TI second placer.
So pretty good records here for the guys in Iceberg. We have the draft. We can bring it up on your screens now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first game of our second series of the day. Iceberg versus VGJ.Storm.
Yes.
It's all very exciting, and as you said, should be a bit of a closer series than the opening one. So prepare yourself for some exciting North American Dota.
Yeah. I'm excited for some Wombo combo action, but I think that's probably going to get banned out most likely. In particular, talking with the Naga Disruptor. I know that they really do like to play that one on Iceberg. Iceberg likes to play a lot of those combo heroes, while on the side of VG.Storm, they like abusing the lanes a bit more. Like we were mentioning, that IO, that Beastmaster, these type of heroes. Coddle Beastmaster, they like their Sanking. SVG loves Elder Titan. He was actually one of the earlier ones, even last year, that was picking it when people weren't at all. So we'll see.
Yeah, he wasn't he, back in MP?
Yep. Back in NP.
Good old MP.
Every iteration of team that he's played on, he's pretty much still picked the Elder Titan a lot of the times. Although recently they've kind of strayed a little bit away from it, but still.
And SVG, what, between this current team and MP, he was doing a bit of coaching, wasn't he? SVG,
He was coaching for EG.
He did do some coaching for EG for quite a bit of time. Now he's back on his back playing. So yeah, I'm interested to see how they do. As you say, it's been an Iceberg favoured matchup in officials.
In officials, at least.
Recently.
Yeah, but it was a draw actually in the last one.
Okay.
So because it was 1-1 and it was the best of 2 at least for every center. And the one before that, IDFC did win, and maybe some like inside info was that they had scrimmed a bunch, and I think that the VG.Storm Mojo MSS's team came out a bit ahead in those. But that's scrims are scrims. Scrims don't matter. Here we
wow, so
we talked about
different
the Beastmaster.
Bans. Look at this, Puck and Bouncy being in the first 3 bans of VGJ.
The Puck, Bryle plays a mean Puck.
Okay.
So that one makes sense, and they run it in multiple lanes.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and there's Razor and Omni Knight.
Yeah, they're gonna
still in the pool.
And Razor is definitely rated highly between these teams.
Omni Knight will be banned.
I say Razor's rated highly in these teams, but they actually have ignored it the last 3 days. The last 3 series. Their first series they played, they had a Razor. I think they'll still have a Razor in the game, more than likely. I think why?
I mean, I think if the VGJ probably don't want to solo pick it first. I mean, Iceberg would probably pick a duo. They could pick Razor, Bane, Razor.
It's Rubik, Disruptor,
Rubik.
or I mean for VGJ.Storm right now.
Yeah.
VGJ.Storm. Disruptor, Rubik, or they just go for the Razor. I think they may just actually take the Razor.
Oh yeah, even though they've just got the one pick, still fine.
I'm wondering if there's any adjustments, because, you know, we're talking about these teams that they only played like 4 or 5 games.
Razor! Razor.
Or 4 or 5 days ago. We actually haven't seen many of these teams in the new patch.
Yeah.
It's not massive changes, of course, to specific heroes. There's no changes, but the game overall is going to be changed. And Razor, flex pick. We always throw it in the safe lane, but he can go anywhere. Aggro, mid,
10 seconds remaining.
not support. Iceberg.
5 seconds remaining.
What's it going to be?
Well, you've got to look at these strong supports, really, isn't it, as you said.
Tusk Disruptor.
Oh, you mentioned earlier today, NA. I mean, obviously, lots of regions love Lycan, but NA seem to love it a whole lot more.
Yeah.
First pick, they'll take it.
I didn't know if they would actually take in the first phase. I know they really do like it on Iceberg, but... All right, so maybe they could still go for that Tusk.
Lycan Tusk?
It's either Tusk, Witch Doctor, or Disruptor. I would think.
I wouldn't mind Witch Doctor, but... Oh, the Sank.
Okay.
So Sankin was still there.
All right. So they're very high. I think they're just going to pick Rubik here, right? For VGJ.Storm?
Rubik Razor, Bane Razor.
Yep, I like the Rubik versus Sand King.
I think Rubik would certainly be the big one.
So that's this one, and where's Lycan? There he is.
10
Hello, Lycan. We'll put Lycan in safe lane. I'll put Sand King down there with him, too, even though we don't really know exactly.
Oh, they're the Disruptor.
And it will be Disruptor.
Okay, so always going to be
Rubik.
one of those supports, whatever they fancy, and...
Still surprised that they didn't go for the Rubik versus the Sand King. But
sure, I think I would have preferred the Rubik Disruptor. Definitely one of those heroes that could suffer a little bit. Sure, you got the glimpse on the Lycan, but when he has that movement speed, he's straight in the face of Disruptor.
They like the Disruptor more overall, and I think they do actually want that versus the Lycan.
You think they want it?
Yeah, kinetic field's good to hold back the Lycan quite a lot, because it's always going to hold back the wolves in the book.
But you have to be absolutely on point with your
do.
glimpse setbacks. But of course, VGJ.Storm, I'm sure they will be on point with them. So now it's the second phase of bans. Night Stalker taken out, so looking to take away some of that vision play.
Yeah, even when they have the Lycan.
I was going to say, sometimes we've seen in the past, you sort of don't mind the extra darkness with when you have that Lycan.
I guess it's just because they have the Disruptor.
Yeah.
Like, even though they're like, oh, we can benefit from darkness because we have a Lycan, they have a Disruptor. It can cause too many problems. They can get too many catches because of it.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
The Batrider ban. Again, just trying to take out these offlane heroes, which we have seen a few of them gone now. Tiny, Beastmaster, Omni, Bat, Puck. So the offlane pool getting dwindled.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe VGJ would have wanted the Bat too. Because Bat versus Lycan is one of those more favorable kind of matchups.
I mean, Iceberg did have the first pick out. Maybe they were worried.
I think that might be why.
Yeah, it would have been taken away anyway. So Iceberg, what else are you worried with this Disruptor? Anything else with the vision game that's going to be big?
I think the Elder Titan for VGJ.Storm.
Yeah, ET's still here. Yeah,
I think the ET could be nice for VGJ.Storm.
I think it'd be nice for... Well, it depends where the Sand King goes.
Oh, this is an old classic. Is if you first 2 Lycan, you have to ban Terror Blade, because if you click Reflection, you get Feral Impulse. Yeah, you have to actually ban that one out. So what? Other Lycan big heroes that can deal with it, it could be that Sven that Storm is looking for. They could do like Sven Elder Titan, something along those lines. Not early, of course, not right out of the pick, but...
DP bans, so nothing too out of the norm so far between these two sides. Now back to Iceberg. Got that Sand King, they've got that Lycan. You imagine with Iceberg, it is more likely to be the 4 Sand King than the offlane.
If there's not a whole lot of offlaners left, they might put it in the offlane, but right now I think it's a 4. They go for that Bane.
Okay. And one of those nice ways to make sure the Razor can't chase down your cores. Good amount of control to hold him back and make it hard for him to keep the static link going.
10 seconds remaining.
And now VGJ.
They want to hide their cores too.
Right, they certainly do.
Still like the ET. I might even like it more now versus Bane. Because then you have like the stomp in the back if you see him.
Yeah, definitely. No, yeah. ET seems to be the big four that's still there. I mean, do these guys play Earth Spirit much? No. You wouldn't see them as Earth Spirit players. Earth Spirit, ET.
I think it's Tusk or ET.
Tusk for themselves wouldn't be too awful.
Tusk or ET look pretty good for VGJ.Storm.
They're the big fours that stand out.
Great versus Bane. Pretty good versus Lycan. Hold him off. Shards can be quite nice versus Lycan too to block him off. And they get vision at least for the disruptor, both with Shards and with the Sigil.
Yeah. Yeah, actually the vision. Yeah, Tusk could be nice for that. Let's see. Certainly thinking about this one long and hard. VGJ.
Like, you know, Rubik's still just so good. Man, I don't think they want Rubik. I don't think they want Rubik Disruptor though. But it is still so good versus that draft. Might just get run over though. Too weak in the lanes. It's gonna be.
Oh, there you go. They offlane. Or maybe therefore. They could play this in the 4, couldn't they, VGJ? There would be a lineup to do that, wouldn't they? Or
SVG would be the one. SVG would be a person to draft that, isn't it? I think I'll still put in the offlane.
You would still put in the offlane?
Yeah, I do think so.
Okay. So they get that NA Enchantress that we do know is pretty big over in this region. A lot of sort of public comments being made by pros about this hero, asking for it to be nerfed and such. Wasn't it? Who was the latest one? Was it Arteezy who tweeted about the engine? Was it Crit? One of the big NA pros.
One of the big pros, yeah.
We've had a few comments publicly on Twitter and such about this hero being rather strong.
Do they want to pick something in response here? Do they want something like a gyro for Iceberg now, and then they can move the Lycan into a different lane? Just some hero that can actually burst down the Enchantress in the fights. Because other than that, like we used to say always like the Razors, the Jugs and stuff, but they're not really the greatest heroes right now.
No, I mean, even the Jug can sort of go both ways on the edge, isn't it? So, get bullied. But so it will be the offlane Sand King for Iceberg, and they grab themselves the Keeper of the Light.
Curious.
Well, interesting that one. So, I mean...
Bane Coddle supports?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that,
so
I'll be honest.
Quite passive.
Yeah.
And interesting to see the Keeper of the Light and the Lycan on the same team.
They kind of want to go for what, like a push timing, I guess? Like that 20-minute push timing we see all the time. 24 minutes specifically, that 24-minute daytime with Coddle Aghanims. I
do kind of like it against the Ench. You got the burst, the miss chance is nice. You know, the mana drain is quite annoying for the Ench. You know, you do rely on the mana. If you're out of mana, you're not going to be really punching him too hard at all. Can be played nicely around the Ench.
And I guess maybe they'll just kind of... We don't really know where the Lycan's going to be, but I think maybe they'll do this and they'll...
Go aggro. Coddle SK is a good lane.
Yeah, I think they're going to do some pressure.
I
think that might be the more of the idea rather than the grand scheme of things.
But you're right, yeah, it's just at the moment a lot of reliance on this Lycan to punch people.
He's all their physical damage, and he's versus an Enchantress already, and versus a Razor who can drain him. They could just get a Nyx.
Go for the Tide themselves.
So it is the support.
Yeah, the support Ench as we...
Man, we're not hitting it on point here.
Well, we were right with that. We said position 4 Ench.
We figured it would be, but I'm having...
Oh, but in terms of the heroes that are coming up, you wouldn't have expected a Tide. You wouldn't have expected a Tide.
I said Tide a lot in the other regions, and I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be a Tide. It was never picked, so I kind of lost all faith.
I think this is the first Tide we've seen in all the regions, right?
First Tide in every qualifier.
That we've seen in DreamLeague, yeah. CORSAIR DreamLeague.
And Iceberg tinks out the Jug.
Yeah, themselves. I mean, you mentioned that it might have been something they could have run. I mean, maybe not so with the... Wow, I mean, they could have totally done Jug and Lycan duo, of course, have the Jug mid or such. But
they banned the Jug.
No, but I'm saying you mentioned it might have been nice for themselves against the Ench.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. But I was saying that like we used to see that.
Okay. Yeah. You don't rate that anymore.
No, it's not. No. It's not great. I don't know. Jug's a weird hero.
So OD, the final ban from VGJ. Now, what do they want to close this up with? They still need that. What we're imagining to be the mid lane hero if the Razor is going to be on the side lanes. Looking to try and get some sort of favourable matchup against what the cause of Iceberg. What do they want to run mid?
10 seconds remaining.
I think Tomato, I just think Viper. But I don't
what's the big Tomato
I don't think
heroes?
they want Viper Razor Core.
One of the big Tomato heroes.
Dragon Knight looks pretty decent here.
Yeah, I could get behind a DK this game. DK Razor sounds pretty strong.
I think they want a stun.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, they go for the Storm.
Yeah, see, man, these are hard to guess what they're gonna actually pick up in these teams.
Do you like the Storm this game?
This is like totally different from anything they've drafted that we actually know of them from playing too. It's crazy.
I mean, in terms of lockdown for the Storm,
10 seconds remaining.
nothing really sort of instant.
Only sanking.
Yeah, so stuff that is dodgeable if you've got the vision advantage. There's no sort of instant hexes as such on Iceberg's ladder, but the Iceberg do still have that last pick, which...
They're gonna have to adjust now though when they see that Storm. That's gonna change their draft a little. Maybe they go for the Dragon Knight now. Works decent with the Lycan, gives them an actual form of lockdown, but they're Versa Razor, so I think that's pretty scary. But yeah,
could they? I mean, could they themselves run? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, what do you want to have mid against this Storm? I mean, you said the Dragon Knight is the big one that's still in the pool.
To give them more lockdown, because right now they're only really relying on the sanking stun.
I mean, that's not more lockdown.
It's not lockdown, but that's for the late game. Man, these are...
I don't know about the... I mean, the Dusa, you are picking that into a Razor as well. Dusa's a pretty immobile hero, isn't she? If you can get on top of her with the Razor in the team fight, it's...
So I think they're what? They might leave... They might sack the Lycan, and they might put the Bane with the Dusa mid. But they have Coddle Dusa, so Coddle gives the chakra to the Dusa and makes her
sure, you got
way
more mana.
Stronger.
Now, this is a hard one to go with. You said something very different this game in this region between Iceberg and VGJ, but this is your game one draft, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to go with on the predictions? Oh, this is a... Got Aoi Cottle. I mean, Aoi Cottle.
They don't have great...
good. It is a stack meta, and Aoi knows all about the stacks.
There's not great catch for the Lycan, but there's also not great catch for the Storm. Like, it's an Aoi Cottle, though, right?
Oh, an MSS playing the Ancient SVG Disrupt. Okay.
It's an Aoi Cottle. I've seen what this guy can do on Cottle before.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to go against the Aoi Cottle, but I kind of want to go with VGJ.
It's up to you, man. I know which one I'm choosing already.
You do. Yeah. I am going to go with on this one. I think I've seen Encham Razor win too many games. I got to go with VGJ. I like the Razor against the Dusa. I think if the Razor gets the top of it, the fight. Yeah, I got to go VGJ. I do think their draft is better.
It is going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be Storm.
You're going to go with the Storm as well?
Yeah. Storm Spirit's just too good for Vici this game. There's not a whole lot of lockdown.
Yeah. Go with Vici. It's a hard one. I said something different. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. As you know, we've been pretty hot on the old drafts on the other games so far in the other regions, but this one definitely one of the most different ones.
Very different from what we're used to seeing.
One of the ones with the most sort of question marks and such.
We kind of figured a lot of that would happen when we got to this region is how different NA actually does adjust their drafts.
I mean, it is exactly what you said. This is a region where we've had the most teams that are sort of the most recently formed teams, and they're going to be trying new things. There isn't going to be sort of a standard that you've come to expect. Sure, from the players and their individual skills, but in terms of these lineups, we're going to see stuff a little bit different, sort of experiments, different sort of waters being tested by these teams with these drafts. So, yeah, I think we would, yeah, I said VGJ.Storm this game, as you say. I think the Storm has the potential to have a pretty free time, and I'm a little unsure about the Medusa being picked into the Razor.
I'm confident about the Enchantress rotations. Yeah. That's my big thing. Is I think the Enchantress can actually shut down the Medusa in the early game and not really let her get online. If they can actually like get the early tier 1s, which in theory they can with the Enchantress, I think they can actually limit that Medusa from farming those Ancients.
And of course as well, yeah, because it'll be interesting.
We do have a pause, by the way.
We do, yeah, sorry, I've got a pause. And it'll be interesting to see as well, so MSS, playing the Enchantress, yeah?
Yeah, he's playing 4.
In the position 4, of course, everyone will have known and love MSS for his offlane performances. I don't think, have we seen him play 4? Like when was he?
On a team, yeah, he's played 4. I don't remember
Was it sort of back in the day? A while ago?
It's been a while, yeah. He used to stand
on the offlane.
His, when he got known, originally back in the day, was when he stood in for Liquid as a 4. When he played the Rubik and whatnot, when they were like missing one of their players, he would.
So we can expect, yeah, as you say, very good read to the map. He's going to be pretty. We can get really good rotations from MSS.
I think it's that he's more comfortable as a 4 than Snaking is, and Snaking is more comfortable as an offlane. So that they have to like kind of do that because of their heroes. And yeah, so
what we got?
We've got some banter going on.
We got some banter. What we got? MSS
hyping
up the Cottle.
Aoi Cottle hype, and Aoi just goes MSS Ench. And fun. Tomato is reconnecting, and
I think that is going to be. I think there's going to be a lot to watch here in if you're a Kotl fan on what Aui does with his Kotl, because as we know, Aui, as I said, he was the master of sort of the stacks. This sort of getting an incredible Aghanim's timer on the Keeper of the Light, and this is the stack meta.
This is the stack.
So
game.
Aui Kotl, he's going to make some big stacks. What do we got?
There's a Dusa, so this Dusa should get like 1,000,000 stacks up. It's also, dude, it's a snaking Tidehunter. This is a thing of legend.
What does that even mean? They're speaking like NA language. What does that mean? I only play 99-1 matchups.
Like ones where he wins 99% of the time.
Oh.
1%. So we got our own lingo too.
Some NA banter going on between these two teams. So we have, I think there was a call for a 1-minute pause, and then we should be able to get on with the action.
Hello, everybody. So
he's back.
Tomato is back.
We're waiting for Tomato, and he's back in.
And it looks like we're about to get the game to be unpaused.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be
Here we go.
Game 1 at the CORSAIR DreamLeague of Iceberg and VGJ.Storm.
Their first game tagged up as VGJ.Storm. Jack is watching. Hello, Jack.
Jack is what? Is Jack watching? Is he online? Is he on?
Dude, Jack's probably playing a pub. Let's be honest here.
Oh, you've got my friends. Check it out.
Is he playing a pub?
Find out. Is Jack online?
Is he in a pub? Let's see, Jack.
Is manager Jack watching?
Jack has been not online for 9 hours, so he's offline mode.
He's probably
he's
sleeping.
offline mode playing a pub.
Do they?
Jack doesn't.
God damn it, Mr.
Jack
KBBQ.
Jack's always just playing Dota, guys. To be honest. We love you, Jack. So let's see what goes down. Yawar Storm, Tomato Razor, SVG on Disruptor, MSS Enchantress, and the snaking Tidehunter in the offlane. I did that completely random. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's good. Do it for the other side.
Kitrack, we got him on the Bane.
Yep.
Then we've got the Lycan being played by Ritsu. Moon Meander on that Sanking. AUI Coddle Hype. And of course, Brile in the mid lane on that Dusa. Beautiful.
Oh, I seem to have memories of seeing Brile on Medusa in the past.
He has some good Dusa
like that,
games.
I was going to say, what did he used to be on? What would I have seen him on a while ago?
Nothing.
Has he not been in any team?
I don't believe so. I think this is
I've seen
the first time he's getting on a big
I've casted Brile Medusa.
Maybe you have.
Has he not been on anything before?
I think this is the big known team that he's on. He may have been on some other like tier 2s, tier 3s, tier 5 teams.
Maybe.
He's young.
Yeah.
Young guy. So we do have a 3 bounty rune going for VGJ.Storm.
Oh, that's GG.
And MSS and Aui already going toe-to-toe.
So, yeah, let's see what MSS can do with his movements.
This is important what MSS did bottom already. He's trying to take out this ward, but it is still blocked. So he won't have that camp. So the preparation already coming out from AUI versus that Enchantress.
So mid lane Yawar is going to get bullied a little bit.
So we did get the lanes right at least. It is going to be the sacked Lycan bottom, and they're going to put 2 mid, 2 top on the side of Iceberg.
I mean, well, Ritsu he's going to struggle with the CS, but he does at least, have the regen against the harassment.
Yeah, he should last it anyway pretty well.
You think?
Yeah,
I've seen
this. I've seen this so many times, this Lycan being left alone in a 1v1. He just tends to just last it just fine. When you see like Matu and stuff playing it, like you're like, oh, he's versus Hayes. He's not going to get many. Oh, he's free farming.
Oh, top lane.
SVG.
Oh, Aui. He's got it. Aui 2K.
Coddle Sanking. Pressure lane. This is probably the kill lane, yeah.
Now mid lane, Yawar. Still getting the CS. He's got the remnants.
Yep.
So the enfeeble, it's a little annoying, but not the be-all end-all for the Storm Sprint. And MSS, looking for those rotations. He's ready to come in and bully.
Hey, his Storm is kind of farming fine, though. I feel like maybe he doesn't want to really make the full trek, but I think he's actually kind of needed top.
Oh, MSS?
Yeah, because I do feel like, Razor's going to suffer a bit up here versus this Sanking Coddle.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely one of those lanes where Razor just can't dominate to the same effect that he does against other sort of farming melee heroes. Moon's got ways to get out, the link. And he's also got ways to get in on the supports as he trades hits with SVG. Mid lane. MSS indeed just trying to make space for Yawar, and it's working. Yawar 11 for 1 against the 9 for 1.
And we know that the pressure stopped top. We look at what Aui's been doing as the Coddle, and he did do the double stack.
Oh, Aui.
So it begins.
Certainly does. Eyes on the Coddle and such. Moon He has been manning up pretty heavily with SVG, and you can see the temptation there for him to go for that kill. In fact, if Moon went with the burst strike, would have got it. May have been in trouble because Tomato was there and would have been there to back up.
Ritsu's actually getting bullied, snaking a beast as that Tide hunter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you think this matchup isn't too bad for like it's a Tide. Tide wins melee matchups.
He wins
right?
melee matchups, but as the Lycan, you just pull the creeps back because you've got a lot of regen to sustain.
Okay.
I guess maybe he's afraid of the rotations from the Enchantress, but he does have a ward. I've seen this exact matchup by Matumba several times.
And this is smart. Look at the timing of the Mud Golem. Oh, he's refreshed it. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, I thought he was going to wait for it so he gets the doubles. But still, it's a lot of stun potential between the Golem and the Centaur. As Ritsu is hiding in the forest. Does have Kirak here, but with that, I mean, VGJ.Storm can just turn towards that. They will Nightmare the Golem, but instantly taking it off so they can get that first stun into the second stun.
They got him.
And they will indeed find this kill. As they take that one down, MSS's rotations, the perfect creeps to do it with. And some nice micro as well.
Ritsu now, under some pressure. They will send some TPs to help him out. But yeah, snaking, dominating that off lane.
Top lane, SVG.
Dropping very low.
Nearly popping there.
So this is the problem lane for VGJ, and the bottom lane is the problem lane for Iceberg. Mid lane,
pretty much even.
Pretty much even. Bryle probably coming out a bit ahead because he's got more sustain.
Yeah, a little bit of an XP advantage.
Just can't eat the snakes, and as a Storm, it's very hard to dodge the snakes because you are standing in melee range pretty much most of the times.
Ritsu again.
Pressure continues.
Yeah, he's got the level 2 in the regen, and he's got a ring as well. So
yeah, he's missed a lot of creeps under this already.
He's missing creeps because of this.
Yeah.
And mid lane.
Moon gets a rotation to find the Storm. Okay. Storm was just backing up to heal, maybe. The Shrine's not up just yet, so maybe he went to jungle and then heal quick, but Moon.
Yeah, he's been having a good time top.
Yep.
Big rotations like that will set up for success for Bryle's Medusa.
He steals the pull, so SVG can't pull the lane away. And he has gone for the bottle build on the sinking before the boots.
Lots of money on him as well. 900 gold.
He's very rich.
And we'll go for that boots drums build up. Moon.
That's the NA way. You don't rush the Blink Dagger, you get stats, so you can just run in and get more stuns. MSS, he's smoked up, he's looking for action. He wants to punish this Sanking Coddle. The Coddle's a pretty easy frag. The Sanking's a bit harder.
Yeah, the Sanking is a bit tricky. He's got a sentry prepared for the Sanking if he finds him.
They should be able to find him. SVG's also saving a skill point here. So here it comes.
There they go. Decent link. Moon will be able to break the distance. There's the glimpse back into the kinetic field. He will try for the TP out, and he is going to make it. MSS, yeah, couldn't quite get the center in range in time. It's a good escape there from Moon, dodging that three-man gang.
Seemed like some miscommunication, because he ran his centaur to the right, and then the glimpse happened. He's had to run it all the way left afterwards. And Moon, he will bully away these two supports, and he will not get these bounty rune. SVG takes it from him.
Mid lane. Keep Rack in position as well as Zowie, just in case Bryle does get gone upon. You are not quite yet at the level 6, where he'll feel a lot safer in these sort of situations, as Iceberg starting to take a significant lead in this 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, he's already level 6.
But now backup comes in. They're trying to make a go onto Bryle. Bryle out of mana. They've brought in Snaking as well for this, but a quick sleep will hold back the tide. The sleep is taken off to allow Snaking to close the gap. No messing around. Will pop the Ravage so they can guarantee the kill, or can they? The extra mana from Aoi buying time for Bryle. It's not enough though. Bryle will fall. SVG does go down in return, but it costs Aoi his life. So VGJ.Storm, with that rotation, bringing the tide mid, pays off. They get both of the kills.
Gives Ritsu some space now bottom to at least breathe. He's almost got the Dominator finished up. Once he's got that one, the harassment doesn't matter anymore from the tide. But yeah, Ravage already forced. But VG definitely happy with that anyway. Using Ravage early on. It's a dream. What else are you going to use it on? There's not these big team fights just yet. It's too early. Top. Moon gets actually chased down by Tomato here. A solo kill with the phase Windlace. Moon not having that point in the Sandstorm, just getting a little overconfident.
7 minutes in, they're losing their middle tower. Despite having those 2 kills from that rotation, Bryle is able to finish the tower off very, very early on.
Him and Kitrak are just making Yawar's life pretty miserable in mid.
Down bottom. They are looking for Ritsu. They've got the control. They've also got the troll creep coming in as well to hold down the big bad wolf.
Quick kill.
They get Ritsu.
And they're almost getting bottom tower. So at least, you know, they lost their mid, but they should be able to claim bottom right after this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
mid tower is certainly the bigger loss, though.
And the stacks continue. Aoi stacks the 2 stack camps
How's he
again on
doing?
the left. He's going to start farming them himself, though. And they are stacking Ancients for the
Dire's
Dusa.
top tower is under attack.
So are you going to imagine, does Aoi, will he go straight for the axe or will he go for that 4-star first?
Usually we see the 4-staff. It's been a couple people. We've seen a lot of, like, even Kaka on the Coddle. Of course, GH is the one who started it mostly doing the 4-staff first. But I think Aoi still just goes Tranquil into the Aghanims. We will see, though. I do like that 4-staff early on to save your teammates and whatnot. Snaking, just following Ritsu. Ritsu ports top. Snaking comes and joins him.
Moon is here, and they do have the epicenter available. Moon diving in. He's got the backup. Bryle also coming in on this Dusa. He has double damage. They can't quite close the gap for the Burrow Strike, so Snaking will be able to walk it off and avoid that movement from Iceberg.
Both teams kind of just going for tower trades here. Aoi stops the push bottom quickly from Tomato. And now mid tower getting pressured, but top, Iceberg's taking this one down much faster.
Goes in with the Burrow. He's going to load up the Epi as well. Looking for Snaking. Has he got enough damage?
He got away from a lot of those pulses.
He did, and now he turns with the Ravage TP in from SVG. They're going to look to try and find some return plays out of this. Moon able to get down with the Burrow Strike, but the glimpse is there. SVG brings Moon Meander back. He'll pop the stick charges, but he's trapped by the field. Moon will get cut down there with the anchor smash. As VGJ.Storm with that reaction.
Bottom lane too.
For the play.
Aoi was trying to stop the push by Tomato, but MSS with a quick rotation around him. Big moves by VG.Storm, making space for Yawar. They have to kind of make all these moves and make all these responses because they know Storm Spirit, he's a greedy hero. Takes time to get online.
Yeah, 2K lead though for VGJ.Storm. Snaking tied. He's doing some good stuff. Top net worth.
He's lifting those weights.
How's he doing on the items as well? Nearly, yeah.
Going for the mech rush.
He has that mech.
Yeah.
That'll be a very early timing on it.
They want to play as 4, like I was just mentioning, you know, run around before that Storm. Pretty much he doesn't want to get involved if he wants to go for the Kaya build. Once he gets that one, he can start looking to join his team a bit more, but getting the tier 1s for VG.Storm, as we were mentioning earlier, is probably the most important thing in this game. If they can claim the tier 1s, then they can get deep wards in and they can actually watch and contest those Ancients versus the Dusa. And it does look like Aoi will actually rush the Aghanims, like we said.
Okay. Classic Aoi.
Yeah, that's just classic him.
Yeah.
So deep wards already kind of have been placed by VG. They have already scouted out that the Ancients are stacked, and they are also scouting rotations. They have a very deep one, watching kind of near the mid tower.
They just still managed to smoke just outside of range of that ward, so they may get a jump with this. Moon and Kitrak.
He's got the blink on the Sanking, but Kitrak's only 5.
Yeah, I was going to say not quite 6 yet. Top lane, bit of an attempt on the life of Ritsu, but he TP straight out of it.
That was Static Storm committed, and they don't get the kill. They're looking to get, oh, that Snake.
That was a big bounce.
SVG's dead.
And he is indeed. Jump forward from Moon with the blink. Cuts down 1. They would love to find Snaking as well. Moon will have that blink back up in 5. Snaking should be in trouble here. He's going to have the shrine. Okay, they are going to bring back up, but in goes the Epi, revved up, straight in. But Moon, oh! He misses everyone with a stun. It might not matter. He's looking for Snaking. No, Snaking's tanking.
He's got a mech, too.
Snaking is more than fine, and VGJ.Storm maybe seeing if they can get something in return. Bryle is there, though, and with the presence of the Medusa, it looks like VGJ.Storm will be careful about that, but a little bit off the mark there with that blink burrow.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Now Bryle.
He's got Ravage, too, if he wants to use it. He's gonna have to probably mech.
Very low. There's the Ravage. It comes out onto free. Bryle does get the Stone Gaze out. Fiend's Grip as well, holding the Storm in position. So despite using that Ravage, they have lost 2. It will split to get rid of the static link, but a bit awkward really from both sides there. Bit of a whiff Epi from Moon, and then the Ravage is nice. It hits 3, but it doesn't really secure them much more than just a Sanking kill.
Yeah, he got hit by the snake again, stealing a lot of his mana, so he wasn't able to actually use the mech and the Ravage. If he had both, he would be able to, but that, yeah, I mean, the 225 mana mech is so much. That's why you see a lot of people just not really get the item too much anymore. Aoi bottom was able to not defend the tower, actually. The Razor Tomato was able to finish that one. He gets the deny, but
Double damage.
they do lose an early tier 2. And now mid, they're looking to continue the pressure. They know Lycan Shapeshift was used, they know Stone Gaze was used, they know Epi was used. They feel a bit more confident right now.
Radiant's middle tower
They know
is
that
under
Iceberg,
attack.
they rely on their ultis early on to protect this Dusa. They're actually looking to go for a dive play here. They saw the Dusa with that ward.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let's see if they can kill Brian. Straight away, Static Storm. They've managed to catch him in the kinetic field. Is there any way to keep this man alive? They'll try with a Nightmare play. Brile looking to get out of there, but it's not going to work. VGJ.Storm with a great rotation.
Dire's top tower is
That
under
ward
attack.
Oh,
paying off.
Yeah, MSS with the DD there. Really paying off too. And look at MSS's net worth. He's got Tread Drums, and he's pretty much
Radiant's
tied
middle
with
tower
Aoi's
is
Coddle
under
and the
attack.
Lycan in this game.
Dire's
Ritsu
top
very
tower is
underfarmed.
under attack.
Quite behind all the core heroes.
Look at this.
They're taking the stack with Tide.
They are. That is what, triple stack.
Yep. Maybe that's why they picked the Tide too. Take each.
I mean, it's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not only a, you know, it's a safe way of taking it as well. You're not expending sort of the time and positioning of your 1 and 2, and you're never really in any threat yourself as a tanky Tide taking the Ancients.
Can Mood dodge the glimpse?
Well, he's not even going to try. He's just going to accept his death by the looks of it. He's trying to get out of here, but he's gone.
It's a buyback.
Okay.
They're looking to pick a fight.
All right.
SVG.
Okay,
Will
SVG.
die. But I think he's the only one who goes down.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I guess maybe Moon was worried that VGJ.Storm will go harder in for that team fight, but wasn't the case. And yeah. Okay. So it sets Moon back a little bit, that buyback.
Yawar has been able to farm a lot on the Storm during all this, even though he died from that Stone Gaze Fiend's Grip combo. He's got his Kaya, he's got the Orchid queued up, his timings are pretty nice. He's still ahead of the Senking Lycan. Moon runs into Snaking. Snaking, again, pretty beefy here.
He's got Ravage as well if he wants to. They've got the Static Link, Snaking, trying to move into position, but his mana pretty low at the moment. They'll zip forward straight away. Yawar looking for Moon, and he's going to find him. That's going to be Moon down. For 40 seconds, the Bane gone as well. And now Iceberg just on the retreat, but Yawar zips forward, gives them the vision to glimpse back Brile into the Static Storm. VGJ.Storm will take the Medusa as well. Things
are not
falling
looking so
apart
good for
a little.
Iceberg.
Yeah, pretty much from that awkward buyback onwards, it was sort of a lot of question marks.
That was a dieback.
Yeah.
Right. I guess they want to make space for Aoi to farm in Aghanims, but
That's your position 4 that you're making space for. And
yeah.
I mean, Ag's Cottle's great, but does require your team to be in a good place around it.
They need to have their cores farmed. And
Yeah.
their cores, it's only really the Dusa who's up there. Lycan and Sanking are really suffering.
He's hiding. He's terrified up here.
Is that all he's got too? Yeah, he doesn't have anything else on the courier, huh? He's very broke. And they still got Ravage. They didn't have to use it that fight.
But
But they're still,
Spanking just walks in.
yeah, they're still confident to just still take a fight. If he can just close the gap on the Dusa and the Lycan, he really does limit majority of the damage on Iceberg. If he itemizes for like a pipe, let's say, afterwards, that Sanking's gonna do no damage either. He's pretty much got the hood actually, so yeah, he's gonna be going for that, just a mech hood build before the Blink Dagger. Tomato already has the SNY finished. BKB queued up next.
Snake. Looking towards Brile. Brile quite heavily on the front here, so they're just going to glimpse him back straight away. He does get the Stone Gaze out, but the Static Storm is down surrounding him. He'll put the one charge. He's trying to retreat, but they'll go forward. Snaking pops the Ravage. Moon's in trouble as well. Burrow strikes up to the high ground. Ritsu on the front lines does pop the ult, but they've just lost their Dusa there. I mean, Brile was sort of sitting on the front lines and I guess just underestimated the catch potential of this Disruptor, who just set him up for instant death.
Yeah. And the Ravage was a bit wasted though, so that's something maybe Iceberg can play around next. But they're already losing their tier 2s, losing a lot of momentum here. And like we said, they're playing as 4 on Storm.
Because Storm is getting bigger and bigger.
Storm
Look at Yawar.
Yeah, he's almost got Orchid.
They've nearly got the Ags on Cottle, and maybe we'll see something sort of change. As you've said, it's very apparent that Iceberg have just been making space, as it were, for Aoi.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's just going to be a coddle. At least at this moment in time.
Because, yeah, as you say, your wires. How's his items looking?
Dire's top tower.
He's nearly got it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty much got the Orchid.
Pretty much got the Orchid.
So he can look to pick off those split pushers, the Sand King as well as the coddle when they are going on the sidelines. So 17 minutes, he's got the Ags.
Okay.
See what they can make happen for it. It is daytime for another 2 minutes. So their fight is pretty strong if they can keep Bryle on the front lines, just feed him mana with Chakra and keep him healed up with those blasts. But VGJ, look at their positioning. They are not trying to leave any options for the Deucer to start farming Ancients. So they're going to just stay in the front lines here until that Storm gets Orchid.
Snake
and
King.
they can punish more.
Moving in. Does not have Ravage.
He's going for the Glimpse.
But yeah, he's given the vision there. They bring Bryle back again into the static storm. He's popping the Stone Gaze.
And he's just dead.
But it really doesn't matter.
The heal comes through.
Ooh, can they get Bryle out? They've got the Fiend's Grip on the Enchantress. Tomato's trying to chase and he'll get it. That's going to be Bryle dead. The rest of Iceberg being forced back. Zip forward from Yawaz. He's now ready to join the fight, dragging in Ritsu. They control him in the kinetic field. Tomato's just ready to head up to the high ground, giving them vision to bring Aoi back. Yawaz zips forward. There's a Nightmare. It's not going to do anything as Iceberg are just crumbling. 9k lead now. 19 minutes in for VGJ.Storm.
And they're going to have Ravage again
It's,
in 15 seconds.
I mean, we said this series would be closer, Fog, but it's not looking to be that way at all. VGJ.Storm are just rolling over Iceberg.
With 4 heroes for the most part. I mean, Yawar just came in at the end. Everyone else was just, it was just the 4 heroes taking out all of Iceberg.
I think somewhere
It's a Rax already.
around the world, Jack is smiling
Has fallen.
as he is watching his boys have quite a performance here with the, as you say, the debut underneath this VGJ.Storm's tag. They're looking pretty hot.
They definitely are. They've got Orchid. They're all full mana too. They're just ready to keep fighting.
Yeah, they're looking back towards mid.
Disruptor is back in 15.
If Bryle comes up, they might just catch him, and they will. Straight in onto Bryle. Bryle in trouble. He's been silenced. There will be the knockback from Aoi trying to save his Deucer, but he's been surrounded. Snake King has the Ravage if required, and he may pop it. There it goes. Comes out. Ritsu just to get caught by it as well. They're just like GG.
Yeah, they just can't do anything.
All right.
Wow.
This was more of a beatdown than in the earlier IX Mike game.
That was
Dire victory.
okay. They did not let this Lycan. They did not let this Lycan play Dota, and they did not let Medusa play Medusa. They pretty much just ran at her.
VGJ.Storm.
They didn't let her play. That was actually impressive.
It really felt like what happened good for Iceberg there. Well, they got Aoi space to farm his Ags, but then the game was over.
I think Storm did a really good job of punishing though, right? They prioritized not slowing down the game at all. They went like, okay, we know there's ancient stacks. We're just gonna run at them and take fights constantly. Yeah. And Iceberg just completely fell apart. This Lycan never even got a single item. Right? He just had Dominator Treads, 0, 3, and 4.
Wow. I think yeah.
Oh boy. Storm looking hot though.
Yeah, that was VGJ.Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Woo. Very, very great game 1 from them there. We'll see what happens in game 2, but wow. Iceberg are going to have to change things up, and maybe we won't see the Coddle again. It just seemed to be a pace of the game that they were trying to play that VGJ.Storm were not going to let them. They're not going to let this Coddle just sit back and farm Ags, because it just weakens the entirety of the rest of the game for them. Yeah, I felt like the support play from Storm, it was pretty much the support play from the Storm and Snake King. They were just running around in 3, just killing everybody. Wow. Wow. So, we'll have a short break here at the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9, and we'll be back for Game 2 to see what happens as VGJ.Storm absolutely dominate Game 1 against Iceberg. We'll see you in a minute.